Us just leaving our Airbnb. The temperature is a bit cooler today, but it's only 9:21, so this is Sana Vecchia. Just how incredible is this? You really must come along and stay here. The Italian motorways are super busy. We've just stopped to get some espresso, and this is absolutely delicious. It's burrata and Parma ham. And it's actually one of the nicest things I've had. But I'm not a big fan of Italian motorways.
Yeah, it's just traffic, because the holiday period, the motorways are very, very busy. So we've got 43 miles, it's going to take 51 minutes to get to Florence. Loads of tunnels, amazing construction. Like everywhere, I suppose, we're struggling to handle traffic. Entering Florence now. It's been quite hot, the road's been incredibly busy, but Florence doesn't disappoint. From as soon as you enter, I've not been to Florence before, but you get the feeling this is a truly historic city. So we drive along the waterfront. And it's just all inspiring. What I was looking for was the Santa Maria del Fiore, the cathedral, but there's just so much to see as you travel there. It's so busy, and you can see why it's just such a hub for tourists, and some of these areas which are so beautiful just do become a bit crowded. This is August, of course. It's Italian holidays, it's French holidays, it's UK holidays, American holidays, so it is the busiest time. And you just have to be very careful, because there's folk walking across the streets. Some of them aren't that careful when they come out of these tiny wee side streets. Like this idiot here. And of course we had to stop at one of the cafes. We had lunch there. The food was excellent at Octopus, and you can see they spray water to just try and cool the place down. So we headed off looking for the Santa Maria del Fiore. Not difficult to find, you shove it in your sat nav. Went up one side of the waterway. I'm obviously listening to Pink Floyd, The Wall in my earphones. Never good when you start whistling to join in. And of course we don't have our DJI camera after my mishap, testing whether it was waterproof or not, so all of this is on iPhone, and here we are at the Santa Maria del Fiore. The Duomo was begun in the 13th century, but its famous red dome, designed apparently by Brunel Eschi, wasn't finished until 1436. To this day it's the largest brick dome on earth. The marble facade and Giotto's bell tower give Florence a skyline unlike anywhere else. So this is a proper reminder of the Renaissance engineering spirit. You can't be anything but blown away by this sort of architecture. And Florence didn't disappoint. We didn't have a lot of time here. We were heading for Bologna, and I put into the sat-nav no motorways, and they gave us this road out of Florence, which single track road, beautiful, headed right up the hills straight away. And what we're doing here is we're climbing into the Apennine, I think that's how it's pronounced, mountains. And what we're looking to, and this is the quickest route, sat-nav is taking us the quickest route. We're looking to join the world famous Strada Stale 65, which legendary in motorcycle circles, Italian motorcycle circles. I've really been looking forward to driving this. We sometimes know it as the Futa Pass. But at the moment we're just on paved cart track, and this is us now onto the Strada Stale 65, the Futa Pass. And this just follows the old Roman road. It's been the lifeline between Florence and Bologna since Roman times, twisting through the hills, once forming part of the Gothic line in the Second World War. So a lot of history here. And it's known for its sweeping bends. There are some technical sections, drops, steep hills. There's lovely villages along the way. And there's an old Italian, clearly thinking I was being too polite, waiting for him to cross the pedestrian crossing and telling me to get a move on. Weather's lovely. There was some sign of rain maybe coming later, which slightly concerned me because I'd left my waterproof. I always keep my waterproofs on my bike, but I think there'd been a shower of rain and I'd taken it, and it was certainly nowhere accessible on the bike. But, you know, rain here is warm rain. it's known, the route's known for its views that roll all the way across Tuscany and Emilia-Romagne. It's just beautiful. I mean, you can take a motorway between Florence and Bologna, but why would you unless you're in a particular rush? Maria and I just love this road. They're just gorgeous hills. It's a piece to the eyes. You have to keep your eye on the road because it's so twisty, but listen, you're very much aware of the scenery that you're driving through. We had heard of a famous motorcycle stop-off point cafe. I wasn't sure if it was on the route we were taking. There's a lot of motorcycles using this road. Anytime we stopped for a coffee, we were approached by Italian motorcyclists that were just very pleased to see us, having come from Scotland. They were very cool, but then there's nothing more cool than miles that you can put on a motorcycle. And we certainly put the most miles on ours. Maria was doing this camera work on her iPhone, same time she was having to answer important business phone calls. But isn't it fabulous that we can go away for a long period of time and still do some important stuff to help the team back home? And this is one heck of an office. Of course, there's some racers that fly around here. We're just smelling the daisies, taking our time, enjoying the scenery. And here is the Bar Raticosa. As you can see, somewhat popular. Some fabulous motorcycles here. Everybody very, very friendly. Not many Harleys, although we did see some Harleys on the road. A lot of sports bikes. And of course the BMWs and Ducatis, off-road bikes. Ducati Multistradas. But we've held our own. We were by far the furthest travelled there. Now there was a chance of rain. I was trying to get back as quickly as possible. And this is the road towards Bologna. Bologna not far off now. Pedals, you've got to have a credit card. Your phone doesn't operate, and because I use my phone for everything. So I have been caught out before. Fortunately I carry a can of petrol. It got me back, but you've got to carry a card, and it's the same with the motorway tolls. It won't work off your phone. You've got to have a card. So we just dropped down from the mountains. I think we were up about the height of Cairngorm, about 3,000 feet. And you come through Tuscany's vineyards into Emilia-Romagne, which is famous for Parmigiano cheese, Parma ham, balsamic vinegar. And of course this is the motor valley of Ducati, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Maserati, all call this stretch of Italy home. And then Bologna is just a beautiful city. And you can see, the streets, everything's medieval. Well, not everything, but the centre is. Founded by the Etruscans around the 6th century BC as Felsina, later taken by the Romans in 189 BC, renamed it to Bologna and built it as a proper Roman colony. It's home to the world's oldest university that's still functioning, founded in 1088. And then there's the towers. There's towers everywhere, beautiful towers. One time I had 180 towers, there's about 20 today. And the most famous being the two towers. Which, when we get to our Airbnb, we've got a prime view of from our veranda. Now, Bologna, it can be very hot. It can be in the high 30s in August. It can also get a bit of rain. And we just got into the flat when the heavens opened. But what a wonderful trip. What a wonderful day. So our next vlog will be about Bologna. And then we're making our plans as to where to go after that. So tune in for the next episode.